Hey everybody. Yes, I'm having a live, but did I prepare? No. And so let me know what you're reading and how you're doing and what are you reading on, Tiffany?
On audiobook, I'm listening to the Royal Spinus. I think it's number 11. On Her Majesty's Frightfully Secret Service. And then on ebook, I'm reading Looking for Mr. Good Witch, which is the second book in the Retired Witches mystery series by Joyce and Jim Levine. And then I'm reading a romance book.
Cool.
As well. It's a mafia romance. So, if anybody cares, it's called Savage Lover. It's number 3 in the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. What are you doing?
I don't know. I feel like I just can't picture you reading mafia romance. It's just kind of
So this one, I'm not. I do like them, but this one is just like it's just a train wreck. Not in terms of bad. Like I'm talking like this story.
Yeah.
Like because it's like one leads right into another and leads right into another and right into another, and I'm like, this is going to end badly. Like I don't know how it's going to end, but and I don't mean badly again, like in like the way it's written. I'm just talking about the story because these families, I don't think can come together. I told you about the ones like where they were muttering about killing each other, and then like she kissed him and had eaten strawberries, knowing he was allergic, and then that they spent the whole book like trying to murder each other.
You're still on that series then. That's what you're doing.
Yes, I'm on number 3. So like they finally got to a point where they weren't actively trying to kill each other, and I'm like, well, I don't know if it's a match made in heaven, but hey, we're not. And then the second book was it's just wild. I don't know, but yeah.
So
I do like mafia stuff though. I know it's not something I normally
I wouldn't picture. Yeah. Oh, I got my retro here.
I like it.
Dragon's Cave by Isabel Chase. And I don't think she looks 18 in this picture.
Mm-mm.
And I think he looks like he's about 50 in this picture.
Okay, how old is she? 30. She's supposed to be 18 and
he's supposed to be. Well, he's supposed to be 30, but I just don't think he looks 30.
He doesn't. She looks 30 and he looks 50.
And she's supposed to be 18. And stuff. So there's a large age gap there. So
well,
but I'm kind of liking it though.
Well, good. That's good.
And I'm about halfway through it, so not too bad. And I'm also got another one here. I can't remember how old they're supposed to be, but I think she looks more 18 than the one on the other cover. But I think she might
sure. That girl looks younger than the other one for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly. I can't remember his. I haven't gotten that far, and I think I've read like a chapter. Yeah, I've read a chapter of this one.
That one looks so short. Is it short? It looks.
It is incredibly short.
I was gonna say it looks
especially, and it's weird because this one came out in 74 and this one is 76. But yeah, they're like big difference in like length and stuff. Wow. But this one is the same author of this one. So I thought it would be fun to read her other one. So this one wasn't on my TBR, but this one was from 75 and this one's from 76. And I was just curious to see. I liked this one, so I was like, I wonder if I'd like her other one. So I dug it out of my tubs. I found it. And I have an audio in this one, which is kind of creepy, which is Seen and Not Heard.
Okay, that's really creepy.
Yeah. He's a mime or whatever. So he's got mime makeup on.
Oh, that's why his face is white.
Yeah, okay. And that's what makes him look like super creepy on the cover. This is from 1988. And I'm thinking, what?
Is it? It's a romance?
It's a romantic suspense, I believe. At least I think.
I thought it was like a thriller. Like he's
Anne Stewart
or something.
Anne Stewart, who writes romance. Okay. But that's the thing. It's like, this is a 1988 romantic suspense, which is nothing like the ones that I've read, like, nowadays. There's so many characters and things in this. I was so lost at the beginning. I had to grab the book and like follow along with the audio because there's like Well, you have the lady and then the guy that she followed to Paris, and you're not really quite sure about the guy. And then she meets this American there, and he seems to be kind of stalkerish because he seems to follow her around. There are people dying because, like, somebody is killing older people when it rains. Well, in Paris, it rains all the time. So there's a lot of people dying. And you've got the cops' point of views and the inspectors or whatever that's like looking for, and you find some things out about the main male character that she's with that maybe he's not really nice and she might need to get away from him, but he already said once that if you try to leave, I'll kill you. So I think he laughed it off like, oh, he's being funny, but I don't know. So I got a train wreck one too.
All right. Well,
so I'm not really, I mean, it's okay enough to keep going, but I'm not really quite sure where the romance is going to happen or what's going on. But I got that. And if I feel like it, I do have an ebook that I'm reading, which is not retro at all. It's Fatal First Edition by Jen McKinley. So
nice.
The latest one in the Library Lover series, which I was a little worried because I'm buddy reading that with friend Barb, and she sent me a text message with a shocked face, and I was like, oh. And then later on, she sent me one with 3 angry red faces, and I'm like, is she going to mess up our series? Because we both love it. But then she gave it 5 stars, so I'm like, whew.
Right? Oh my gosh. Well, it could still be shocking and be 5 stars, but that's still like, what are we getting into here?
Yeah. So I said, well, now I'm curious. So I've been trying to work on that one a little bit too. But yeah, I'm all over the place.
Wow.
Hi, Kat said, hi, everyone. I'm reading Buried at Sea, Peg Cochran book 4 in the Cranberry Cove series. I'm still enjoying this series very much. I think that's probably about where I am in the series, and I need to continue on and see if I can remember what was going on in them. But I did like them whenever I was reading it.
It's a great series.
Just one of those that kind of fell by the wayside. Hi, Pat says, good evening, everyone. Reading Once Upon Seaside Murder by Maggie Blackburn. Nice. And she also says, don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Hi, Esther says, howdy, y'all. After watching a few episodes of Murdoch Mysteries, I am halfway through the book 7 of the Gaslight series, A Murder on Lenox Hill by Victoria Thompson.
Yay. Excellent.
You were just plowing right on through those. I like it. And Cajun says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Homicide and Hearts. Holidays Are Murder number 2.
Ooh, excellent.
Look at that Valentine-y type read going on there. Hi, Alicia says, hello, everyone. Currently reading Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura. Rom-com, it's okay for me.
I've seen a bunch of other people saying it's all right. I thought it looked adorable. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything anymore, but
yeah, it looks cute, so you're hoping that the inside is cute, but then I've seen some that says it's just a little bit mediocre, so but it still looks like it would be kind of fun. And I like that it's kind of a pun off of like
Indiana Jones. Yeah, that's why I'm interested, but I just haven't seen the greatest stuff.
Yeah, it's like the one Romancing Mrs. Stone or whatever. Because I'm like a huge Romancing the Stones person. So I'm like, well, that just gets me right there because I want to try it now.
Of course.
Hey, hi, Meg says, evening all. I'm reading The Ladies of the Secret Circus by Constance Sayers. That sounds interesting. Excellent. Hi, Nadine says, hi, everyone. I'm going to start Origin and Death by J.D. Robb. It's number 21 in the
Wow, good for you, Nadine.
Hi, Amy says, hi, everyone. I'm not sure what I'm reading tonight. Outlanders, Beyond the Veil, or Hero of Ages. Got a lot going on there. And Calf says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Murder in the Blitz by F.L. Everett, a cozy mystery set during World War II. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Rose says, hello. I'm in the middle of a few books, finishing up Papa Pacelli's Pizzeria number 8.
Excellent.
And I see someone.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Sorry, I was finishing my dinner.
That's okay. I said I didn't know like exactly what time you got. I think sometimes you get off like sort of when we're just hopping on here, so I figured you were probably wrapping things
No,
up.
I finish work at 5 now. It's just
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just by the time I get home and eat and do the dishes and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So what are you reading tonight?
Oh, I am finally reading one for the retro romance.
Yay!
I'm hoping to finish up The Willful Lady by Eva Rutland. It's really cute. I was saying to somebody else, I'm like, I think this might be like a 3-star, but the cover's a 5-star. So overall, it's probably going to be like a 4-star. It's cute. You know what these books are like, Storm, the older Regencies. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, it's like we were talking about like this one. I was showing this one.
Yep.
Funny. I said she's supposed to be 18. I said, but she looks older, and he's supposed to be 30, but he looks 50.
People looked older back in the day.
I guess so.
But I said I'm actually liking it. So, last year when I read these really old romance ones like that, I didn't really care for them. But I've got some winners this go around, so I'm actually liking them. So I'm like, yay!
Good.
Yeah, I mean they're fun. They're campy and fun, and they're unfortunately like this scene literally happened in the very beginning of the book.
Oh,
so. But
No
you
build up to there.
Your final update video, and you were like, they were chasing a bird in the park.
But the bird appears later in the book. So, and he speaks pirate, so he constantly goes, "Shiver me timbers."
That's funny. That's funny.
It sounds fun.
It's cute.
Wow.
Hey, hi, Mother Goose says, hi, Stormy, hi, and everyone. I'm glad to be here. I'm in a bit of reading slump. Not sure what I'll be reading. I'm thinking maybe a middle grade, something short to keep me going in my reading momentum. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
That's a
middle
good
grade
idea.
is a good way to like. Hi, Christina says, hi. Hope everyone is well. Reading The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan today, or at least trying to, sharing some I need. Okay, sharing I need sprints to get my reading done vibes with the like.
I like it. I like it.
Hey, Purple Reinhardt says, hi guys, reading
Yay.
Fatal Blood Swirl.
Excellent.
Annie says, hi all, I'm reading Death in the Dark Woods by Annalise Ryan.
Nice.
Hi Lou says, hi y'all. Hi Kim says, hi, I'm still reading The Boys in the Boat. Hi Sonia says, hello friends. It's wonderful to see you both. I'm reading Mimi Lee Gets a Clue by Jennifer J. Chow.
Yay.
I don't know that
I'm
one.
interviewing her Thursday.
And Sonia said, a large age gap in a retro romance. LOL, I'm stunned. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Shocked.
18 and 30, but I said
Ooh.
I actually think it's kind of fun. I don't know. It's good.
Diana
And they're in
Palmer was-
Spain. And they're in Spain, and he's a Spaniard, and she's an English person, and so he's like, you don't act like Spanish ladies or whatever, because they're supposed to be more docile than English ladies. So.
Well, it's not completely unheard of. Like, I'm just thinking, because I think MJ is starting Rebecca, and there is a big age gap in Rebecca. I mean, it's not a romance, but she is quite a bit younger than him. So it's not and like I was saying, Diana Palmer is famous for doing age gap romances. Like that's her bread and butter.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know this author? It's Isabel Chase, I think.
No.
And it's Chase with a C, so it's like CHACE.
Interesting.
And Isabel is spelled ISOBEL.
Oh, Isabel. Okay. Yeah, no, I have not heard of her.
And everything. And I can't remember what the age gap is in the other one because I haven't gotten very far in it, but I'm reading another Sophie Weston one because I liked this one, so I said I was going to try her other one that I had to see if I liked it too.
Yep.
So, already off the TBR. So. Weird. Is anybody surprised?
Right.
Shocked. Just as shocked as the age gap.
Yeah.
And Nadine says, I tried one mafia romance, and when in the first or second chapter, the bad guy used a nail gun on the guy's knee, I said, nope, DNF'd, and I won't.
I'm with you. That's not sexy.
She's reading mafia romance, and I'm like, I just can't picture Tiffany in a mafia romance. So
yeah, there's just
she gets freaked out by stuff, but give her a guy with a nail gun and she is there.
no, I don't think I could do the nail gun. I mean, well, but although in the last book there was a lot of people that lost pinkies to machetes, so
Nope.
I was like, but they didn't discuss it. It was just like,
there went one.
yeah,
I'll stick with the talking parrot if that's okay with everybody.
Like that doesn't seem like something that just like is an everyday. But
oh, honey,
it is an everyday occurrence. Okay,
I'm so turned on by those people. Like I don't.
Okay, so Rose says Goblin Court. What is that one about? And that's this one. And I've only gotten a chapter into this one so far, but the Goblin Court comes from the fact that he calls the place that I think he bought it or something. It's a rundown place that nobody's been living in for a while. And so the vines and everything are grown up around like the gate. It's got a gate and everything, and like all the vines are grown. So he calls it Goblin Court. And it's called something else, Wind Spear something, I can't remember.
The titles on those old books were just something else.
Yeah. I know, because I'm like, doesn't sound a bit like a romance. The Dragon's Cave, Goblin Court.
I've got so many of them that are like, there's one I have called Alien Corn. I literally bought it because of the title. I swear to gets like the author just went random word.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's a great band name, but not a good book name.
That's what I was thinking. It's a 90s punk band.
Right?
And Rose said, hi, Sonia. Hope you're feeling much better. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
And Cajun says, mimes are creepy anyway. That does not look like a romance. Yeah, that was my other one that I had, which was the Seen and Not Heard by Anne Stewart. And she goes, that's a romance? I said, I think it's supposed to be a romantic suspense. But I said, I haven't found much,
Anne Stewart?
Even the title isn't like sweet, seen and not heard. Like, what kind of like...
Yeah.
Anne Stewart, based on her historicals. Have you read Anne Stewart?
Yeah, I've read The Dark Lord. I think that's what it's called.
And her historicals were very, very spicy. I mean, pushing the envelope 50 Shades of Grey spicy.
Oh.
And but that's the thing. There has not been anything like that in here.
Yeah, so I guess it depends on what she's writing, right?
There's so many characters. I was telling them so many characters. I was getting confused because I was listening to it. I had to pull it out and read it as I was going.
I need a chart.
Yeah, I did because you got the main character and the guy that she's supposed to be with while they're in Paris, and then there was an American that came there, and she kind of likes this American guy, but she's with this French guy, and the French guy, he's like, if you try to leave me, I'll kill you. And I'm like, maybe. And she thinks somebody's following her, and it's probably the French guy because she's seeing this other guy.
She might lose her pinky, it sounds like.
I do have two things that I need from you, Storm, though.
Okay.
I need to know if in the mime book, if there is sex scenes, if he wears his makeup and or speaks. I don't want any other details. I just want to know
I'm just picturing it now, Tiffany. I'm just doing that.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Now I'm gonna have nightmares.
But I gotta know, like, if he tries to,
there's someone scrolling around on YouTube right now and goes, "Hey, that sounds kinky."
Yeah. So far with the mime, it's just mentioned that he's a mime, but.
Well, it must be some sort of part in it. I mean, he's on the cover in the mime outfit, so
he's in he's there, and she doesn't look very happy that he's there.
That's why I thought she's kidnapping her. And then the title, I thought it was a thriller.
And well, it's because she finds out something about him, and so she tries to run off, I think, and then I think he's gonna. And then there's these old ladies that are dying because there's a killer out there just killing these people in the rain. And I told her, I said, I got a train wreck one too. She's talking about her mafia.
I'm here and read about talking parrots. It's fine.
I'm curious enough to keep going, but I mean, I'm not really sure what I think of it. But I'm like,
That's
I gotta
fair.
find
That's
out
a
where
fair.
it goes.
That's a fair cop.
Yeah.
And he says, Mafia was active in the city I grew up in and even threatening my cousin, so I don't read anything Mafia related yet.
Wow. Yeah, I'd probably.
And who says a Mafia romance? That might be a romance I can get behind.
There you go.
It's definitely
Lou.
for
It's
some people.
highly entertaining.
Mm-hmm. And my cousin, we know what you're talking about. And Cajun said, just stole my thoughts. The mimes are creepy. Yeah. The mimes are clown light, so that is a big no for me.
Nadine,
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a handsome boy. Thank you, Cajun. Oh, it's a handsome boy, Bubba.
And Cajun says, Sonia, they are worse than clowns to me.
Mm.
I don't know, at least the clowns are like, hi, how you doing? Where they're like,
right? You stay in that box and don't come a step closer.
Right?
Hi, Nicole says, hey, everyone. How are you all going? We are doing great. Can't you tell?
We're a little punch drunk this evening, I think.
Right? It's too early, but I just
my problem was I said I'm all like fuzzy because I totally forgot about I should make a link for tonight. And even after she told me about, because like earlier she was like, are you doing a live tonight? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I need to make it. And then I just went about my business, reading my books or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like about 5 o'clock, she's like, are you doing the live?
Well, I thought maybe it was me. I was like, did I forget? And it's supposed to be me because I haven't heard any. And I'm like, please don't let it, And so I was like,
that's funny.
Yeah. And then I forgot that Saturday I did a factory reset on my computer trying to see if it would help it maybe do something, Well, that wiped out all my photos and all my things. And so I didn't have a Monday night sprint deal already created so that I could insert here. And I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Oh no.
So I got on my phone and I found one on Canva on my phone and then sent it to the email so that I could put it on my
There you go. There you go.
It all worked out.
And I was like,
all worked out. It was perfect. Hey, Courtney.
Hi, Courtney says, hi, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm not reading today because I'm waiting for The Catch by Amy Lee to come out tomorrow, but I'm going to be preparing for my Thursday video. There you go.
Well done.
Excellent.
Hi, Karen says, hi, Stormy. Hi, Tiffany. Tonight I'm reading The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. I've heard that around a few places. Fantasy or something, maybe, I think. Or at least I think Mark Lawrence does fantasy. And Nicole says, it's been a while since I've been able to catch you. Yes. And I try to catch you and then I forget. And then I say hi and then I go do something else and I forget to come back.
That's my thing.
That's the bad thing.
I always go in and people have just started a sprint and I'll be like, hi. And by the time that I've moved on to I still might have it up, but if they're talking to me, I'm missing all of it because I'm
right.
Yeah. And Cajun says it's for the calendar readathon set in February. Oh yeah, the heart soon gun. Oh nice. Yeah. And hi Kat says, hey Stormy, hi Tiffany, hi everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm walking on the treadmill first, then I'll be reading The Country Diary of a Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. Cool.
Thank you. That's awesome.
And Nicole says, I just wanted to say again, thank you for the shout out on your video the other day. And thank you to all who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. You are welcome.
That's awesome.
And that video, I said I was pouring out the positivity and somebody gave me a thumbs down.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, okay. Most of the time it's like nobody ever does that. And
they're mad because they didn't get mentioned.
Maybe.
Wow. I don't get the thumbs down. I don't get that. I've used the thumbs down, I think, once, and it was because somebody said something that I thought was highly I'm talking racist, inappropriate.
Very inappropriate.
And I was like, eh. But other than that, I don't ever give thumbs down. I figure people took a lot of time. I know how long it takes me to make videos and edit videos, and I do it for fun. So for someone I just don't get it. I'm sorry, Storm. I don't.
It's thought Storm. Don't even worry about it. I get so many on every video.
Normally, I don't even look at that stuff. I just happened that one day I just looked over and I thought, wait, and that was on my shout out video. And I was like, okay. And Sonia says, I need to celebrate. I've completed all the artwork finally in my book journal. I didn't think I'd ever finish. Yay!
I don't remember how you do the fireworks.
I don't remember. I think it's it's either that or the 2 thumbs up. Oh, there confetti.
Confetti!
We'll take that too.
Yep. Hi, Sarah Beth says, Rayanne Thane in the late 80s or early 90s was in a chat room online, and my mom was in the chat week, so my mom got to talk to her. Well, that's cool.
Oh, that's really
I interviewed her. She's delightful.
That's awesome. You interviewed Rayanne Thane?
I interviewed Rayanne Thane, yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, she's fantastic. I want to reach out to her again and see if I can get her on the channel.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah, that was when we were doing the podcast, when Brie and I were doing the podcast.
I'm too shy to like interview people.
You know what? I was okay on the podcast with Brie because I had Brie, right? So it was like the 2 of us bouncing off of each other, and then we had the author. But when I interviewed Sasha Summers by myself, it was very nerve-wracking at first. But then you kind of get into the chat, whatever, and it was okay. It's getting that initial, you know what I mean? Tiffany, you do it all the time,
Yeah. And, I mean, if it might just not be something that's a thing that you like to do. I mean, you don't,
there's nothing wrong with that.
That's what I mean. Like, not everybody has to do it if it's not something that you really feel like.
Well, I think it would be fun. It's just I'm like shy, so I'm not like sure how.
And also, it's the reaching out to people.
Yeah.
Right?
Reaching out to people, I'm not really that bad because you do like emails, and that's not so bad.
Well, see, the thing was, when Brie and I started, we picked like these 5 or 6 different people, and we emailed them. And I think it was like Katie Richards, Tara Taylor Quinn, a couple other category authors, and Heather Graham. Heather Graham was my dream. And I thought, it's Heather Graham. She's the only one that said no. I was devastated. Devastated. It's like your idol's like, no, I don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, ah! But you realize that Susan Wiggs, or no, it's not Susan Wiggs, Susan Mallory said yes.
Oh, wow.
But Cheryl, Heather Graham said no. And it's not that she didn't say no, she never got back to us. So basically, but some people, they go through their publicity team and yada, yada, yada. You know how it goes, right? So it probably wasn't her in particular. That's what I say to myself.
And she's like really nice in person. So, because I have met her and everything.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that was the one time I went to a book conference and she was signing books, and I got
that's cool.
And everything, and she was like really nice. But yeah, like they go through all those, and maybe she has somebody does her emails, and so they decide if she's going to see somebody or say, or whatever.
Yeah.
Which it's like, if you actually got to talk to the people, a lot of times they're pretty like okay with it, but when they have to go through other people,
it's a lot more difficult.
And Purple Reinhardt says, LOL, I got a nice surprise when I finished number 2 in the J.D. Robb series, and then seeing that there were 58 books. Woo! Yeah.
Surprise!
Something you wish you would have known going in.
Surprise! Start reading faster.
Hi, Michelle says, hi, y'all. Editing a video. I need to find an audio to start. Nice. And we'll do one more.
And then I need suggestions.
Probably should get into a sprint since I can't even speak.
I'm not doing spin class, Storm. I didn't sign up for that.
Cajun says, Sonia, picture in Discord, please.
Of the journal. Yes.
Oh,
we would love to see it.
Hi, Sarah. We finally got down to where people are seeing Sarah.
Yeah. Sorry, I Jack, as soon as I come in, I do this.
So we'll just go ahead and just read to the top of the hour, and
sounds good.
Happy reading, everybody.
There, and happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
I read a chapter of The Willful Lady, but I went on NetGalley.
Uh-oh. That's dangerous, you know.
The cause and solution of all of life's problems. No, I have about 10 books that I've requested, and they're like up until September of this year. So I'm really reining it in a little bit. And the new one by Dana Mentic, she writes, as you guys know, she writes cozies. She also writes for Category for the romantic suspense. But her new, like, kind of standalone single title book is out, called Trapped in Yosemite. So I requested it on Friday and got approved for it today. So I downloaded it to my device. So I think I'm going to start on the next sprint because it sounds really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I either have that or I looked at it and wanted it and I didn't. I don't know. But I know that title sounds familiar.
Yeah, I saw the cover and it was something about a canine dog handler. And I'm like, okay, yes, I'm set, please.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think my friend Barb wanted to read that one for those reasons right there.
Yeah.
I seen it on her. When I was looking at it, I think she had added it on her want to read. And
okay. Yep.
I'm pretty sure that was probably why.
So that was my time. My sprint.
Good. Mine was good. I was getting a little worried because I talk to my grandmother usually every day, and I called her and she didn't answer. And I tried a little bit again, she didn't answer, and I was like, "Kev, can you try to call Grandma and see if she answers?" So he texted her, she didn't answer, and I was like, "We might have to drive over there because I only live 3 miles from her." And I forgot all about the fact that she still has a house phone. And Kev said, well, try her house phone. So I tried it and she answered. And she said, well, my phone didn't ring. She had went to hear some guy play a banjo at her retirement or clubhouse.
Okay.
And she had turned off the ringer. So I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I do not, but and she gets cranky if you drive over there and like everything's fine. Because then she gets, not cranky, but you know what I mean.
You don't need to check on me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, but everything's good. Everything's perfectly good. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Because she's getting up there, even though you can't say how old she is.
That's right.
I read some more on the Dragon's Cave, and it's interesting. That's all I can say. I feel like with these, because it's like what I said with like this one, I'm going to do like, I think just a review because since they're so old and like, I don't know if anybody's ever going to read them. I'm thinking about doing like some spoilery reviews of just the one book so that I can like talk about it.
I was going to say, that's a great idea.
I mean,
there is a point where it's like, come on, this is no longer going to be.
And it's not like you're spoiling like stuff that's like
the new Brandon Sanderson,
or even if it's older, like an Agatha Christie that people still pick up on a regular basis.
You're right.
I don't think I don't think the Dragon. I can't remember the name.
The Dragon's Cave.
The Dragon's Cave is on everybody's want to read list. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong.
How do you know that, Tiffany?
Well, I don't. You're right. I'm making a big assumption. But
I'll put spoilers on the thingy so they know they can either read it or
I would always recommend to cover yourself, put it on there because somebody's bound to say you spoiled it for them.
Yeah, exactly. My grandmother gave me that one to read in her will.
Right.
Yeah, I've always wanted to read that 1974.
I just haven't got to it yet.
It's on the bottom of the pile.
Yeah. So I read some of that, and then I got to a chapter, and I didn't want to start another chapter, so I listened to a little bit of Seen and Not Heard.
Nice.
And the main character just found out that the guy that she's with, who's the mime, or whatever, he has a kid that I'm not sure it's his kid. I think it was his wife's kid or something, but he has to take her because the wife is dead. And she's like, was there nobody on? Because the phone rang and there was nobody there, like silence. And she got mad at me. Exactly. No, that was actually something she said too, though, because she said something about his mime. His my means silence or something like that. So, but,
Sorry.
But she got mad because she thinks he's like following her and like, watching her every move or whatever. So she ripped the phone out of the wall. And Nicole's like, was that something bad or whatever? He goes, oh, no, it was just a phone call. It's just she's like, well, then why'd you rip the phone, out? And she's like, oh, it was just silence. And she goes, well, it was just silence. And she's like, yeah, have you ever had anything like that before? And she's like, no, but Mom used to get those before she died when Mark was supposed to be out of town.
Oh, creepy.
And that's the guy that she's with. So she's like, okay. So I'm like, yeah, dang. So I'm not quite sure where the romance part comes into this, but yeah.
Right. Should there not be a romance here?
Right.
And so Sarah Beth says, I'm reading The Stand by Stephen King. It's really big, so it's taken me a few months to read it, but I'm loving the book so far. I'm 37% in. I am glad you're enjoying that one. I did not.
Sorry.
But yeah, it's a lot of people's favorites. And here you go. Sarah, did you read the Blackbird trilogy by Heather Graham yet?
No.
What do you think about it? I've only read the first book in the trilogy, and I thought it was okay. And I seen that she has read the whole trilogy, and she liked the second one, but thought the third one was just okay.
Oh, okay.
But she has another trilogy coming out.
I saw that.
Blackbird something.
I may or may not have requested the book on NetGalley. I will neither confirm nor deny.
There you go.
It's a dangerous place, that NetGalley.
It really is. It really is.
Oops.
Come back.
I was going to say, I think Storm froze on us.
Well, I was like, oh, everybody, all the little things were going around. I was like, no, come back. Come back. Okay, so Christina says, also trying to make progress on the blanket I'm working on. Not sure if I paired this up right. Uh-oh. And says, good evening. Reading my book of the month book. It is a short story collection called Neighbors and Other Stories by Diane Oliver. Cool.
Nice.
Book of the month fun fact. So I had like 1 credit left or something. So I got The Women by Kristen Hanna, her new one, because I really want to read it. And it said it shipped and they're so good, and it never showed up at my house. I have a feeling one of my neighbors is currently enjoying the book. Just this feeling, because sometimes we have deliveries go, because our street lines up with another street and we both are number 65. So we're number 65. And there's we can literally see the other house that is number 65. So we think sometimes there's confusion to deliveries because we've had our Skip the Dishes or DoorDash or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I never got it. So I messaged them. I'm like, I never received this. And they're like, give it 3 more days. If you don't get it, message me back. I messaged them back today. She's like, we'll ship you out a new one. That was it. No car, no nothing. No rigmarole, no nothing.
Wow.
Book of the month, fabulous customer service.
Yeah,
sorry,
there you
go.
go.
Just to say that.
Cajun says 18 to 30 is 12 years. There were 14 years between my dad and stepmother. Of course, nobody was close to 18 when they got together. Yeah.
The age gap gets smaller the older you get. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it just sounds really bad, 18 and 30, but when you calculate the years and stuff, it's well, it's not.
Yeah.
Esther says, hey ladies, wanted to tell you again how I love all your videos for March Mystery Madness. They were all great. Well, thank you. I'm glad.
Thank you. They've all been fantastic. I've been loving watching everybody's.
Everybody looked so good.
Yeah.
I went out of my comfort zone.
It was great. I love the intro and stuff. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. But I told my friend, I said, I think I created a monster because now people are like, you need to do that more often. And I'm like, no.
That's probably a lot of work. It looked like a lot of editing.
Mm-hmm.
I was inspired by Mama loves to read romance because she always has those fun little intros.
Oh, she is so fantastic with her intros.
Mm-hmm. Tiffany, did you watch The Sopranos?
I did. I loved it, except for the ending.
That's everybody's consensus.
Yeah, I really loved it.
I never seen it.
And I loved the Black Donnellys. That was probably the best. Black Donnellys was good.
Tiv's talking about chopping body parts.
Like I said, it's they don't
accurate.
Like,
Accurate,
really
Sonia.
Focus on it. It's just like punishment. You lose a finger.
Well, no, because it's not there anymore to focus on.
Yeah, alien corn. It sounds like it would be a great.
I'm across the room and didn't hear alien corn.
Yeah, because it was coming out of my mouth, Sonia. If it was one of these other ladies saying it, you absolutely would have heard the word corn coming from me. She's like, Sarah must be saying it.
And Rose said, "Finished my book, my least favorite in the series so far."
Oh, that's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonia says, "Sex with a mime, they aren't supposed to make body contact. How does that work?"
I mean, like, there's a lot to questions that need answers.
Well, I'm telling you what, if he's being that like way on the phone and all these kind of things, I don't know if she's gonna run off and we ain't ever gonna find out because she's gonna
he's gonna get
fired. She's getting scared.
Academy.
She's getting scared right now by the mime. So
I would be too.
I mean, mimes in general are creepy. Then you add like, I mean, there's a lot of red flags.
Agent says, "I can't breathe. Does he wear the mime makeup for steamy time?" I'm in tears over here.
It melts, Cajun.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm slap happy. In my defense, I was up till like 11 o'clock watching Taylor's boyfriend win. So, I mean,
not me.
I was at a party and Storm, it was seriously, I was so upset. You can ask Kevin, like the game was so boring. And then it got to the fourth quarter and they tied it. I'm like, you mean I can't go home and go to bed? Like we got.
I know. It's like, I was thinking overtime, poor yeah, one of my friends, Larry, I guess he went to like one because we didn't go anywhere today because it snowed like 3 inches. And so we're like, well, I ain't going anywhere. And my dad called and said, "I guess we're not going to go anywhere." He goes, "That's a good thing because I didn't get to bed till after 10 and I couldn't sleep and I'm tired."
Yeah. I was like, are you kidding? All that. And then I don't get to go to bed on time because
I was just reading a book. I didn't know.
I was on the phone last night for 2 hours with a friend of mine, which was really nice. We hadn't talked in a while. But her daughters are like 14 and her daughter was like, "I want to know what this whole thing about like the halftime show is." So Amber's like, "We can watch it." Her daughter's like, "That's it? It was Usher? Big deal." She forever, everybody talks about the halftime show at the Super Bowl, the halftime show at the Super Bowl, you know? And it turns out it's boring as hell.
Yeah, I've never really watched Usher or anything, so I was just like, well, that's not even. And then I don't know, I saw some of the commercials this morning and I was like, okay, those weren't even really all that like whoop-de-doo. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not one of those that will watch for the commercials or the halftime show. I don't want to be bored all night long with a football game. So
oh god, and they take forever to play. It's really just an excuse to party, drink, and eat wings.
Basically.
Yeah.
And
the
commercials,
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, even the commercials, like they were much different than normal. It was more like how many.
There were a lot of big celebrities.
How many celebrities could they fit into commercials?
Yeah,
and it's probably a lot of it too. Is that those are the only kind of people that can afford. Even companies can't afford like the time for commercial slots. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like millions of dollars for like 30 seconds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was weird too.
Yeah. So Kason says, "Okay, I didn't know if the thing would censor if I typed sex, so that's why she said that." So she said steamy times. That's why. Okay.
Gotcha.
That's why I was the adult.
Yeah. Sonia says Monday night was drink related. I don't know. I swear this is just Kool-Aid.
This is water.
I don't have to tell you. No, I'm kidding. It's coffee.
And you can't make me.
Hi, Donna says, hey, Storm and everyone else, have a bit of stress tonight, but going to get some reading done. Reading A Vampire Bewitched by L.E. Wolfson. So hopefully we've gave you something to laugh about anyway if you're stressed out.
Yeah,
And
that's hard. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And Anita says, hey, everyone. Tonight I'm reading Bookstore Secrets by McKenna Lee. And saying hi. And then Anita says, Storm, don't listen to haters. We love you. Yeah.
Exactly.
It was just strange because it was that video. If it was any other video, it would be like, oh, but I was like, I'm being positive and I'm like shouting people out. And you
because there are negative people out there, Storm, and they just don't care.
Yeah, I guess.
They can bite my patootie.
Yeah. Rose says, Sarah, are your old podcasts available somewhere? Or
they are. Bree's still doing the podcast. It's the Categorically Romance podcast, and you can find it on like iTunes or Spotify or wherever you find your podcasts.
Is she still doing them with Aaron?
No, because Aaron actually ended up going into nursing school.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like very excited for him. So he got super busy. So Bree's doing it alone. And she used to do like 2 or 3 episodes a week. It's now like, because she's a teacher now, she can only do 1 a week. But still, she knocks it out of the park. That girl is so good at interviewing. So yeah.
You know, some people just have that knack, you know.
She does. She really does.
That's awesome.
Cajun says maybe they hit the wrong button. Like you see 1 star on a book on Goodreads, but the review is glowing. They loved it. Yeah, could be.
Could be. We're going to go with that theory.
Yeah, that sounds better. Rose is working on good husband material for now for retro romance on page 63 of 219.
Excellent.
And Cajun says, they are on audio. Not sure if the podcasts are limited to Audible Plus or not.
The podcast was on Audible? Real? What did Bree do? I'm interested. I must go look at this.
Hi, Tammy says, running late, helping my granddaughter with her Valentine's for classmates.
Aw, sweet.
Aw.
Sweet.
Man, boy, I've seen like the Valentine's they have these days when you go walking through the aisle. It's like so different from Valentine's whenever I was a kid. Rose says to Michelle Lynn reads, I just subscribed. See that you have 2 videos up. Good luck with your new channel.
I didn't know they had a channel.
Wonderful. I need to go look at that.
Yeah, she said she was working on a video, but I didn't even think.
So the Categorically Romance. That's awesome. I'm going to subscribe.
It is on there?
But the podcast is on Audible. Huh. Yeah, I'm Audible. Way back in the day.
And Anna says, Jessamine Ward came to my local library. Several of us took her to dinner before she.
Cool.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, that's cool.
That's really neat.
That is very cool.
And Michelle said, thank you to Ro. I've never done video editing, so we'll see. I'm enjoying it. I've been participating in BookTube for years. My name used to be The Gratitude Search.
Excellent. I will look that up.
Says, hi, Stormy. Finally sitting down to read this evening. Working on Armadale. If I'm right, that's Wilkie Collins, because you were working on that earlier today. I think that was the Wilkie Collins one. And saying hi to everybody else in the chat. Hi, Tiffany and Sarah in the chat peeps. Hit those thumbs up. The cheerleader. Pat is the cheerleader. Hi, Bachara says, hi, everyone. Joining in reading The Fool's Errand.
Excellent.
And hi, Dermini says, hi, everyone. Tiffany, I love the Brutal Birthright series. I have them signed by Sophie Lark.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm on number 3, so I'm on Nero's book.
Cool.
And we'll see. I'm still at towards the beginning. But yeah, I'm interested in his story.
And says, hi, everyone. Just joining. I'm reading Sign of the Four Spirits by Vicky Delaney and The Frozen River by Ariel Lahan.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
I like the sign of Four Spirits. It was really good. Amy says, I didn't read this sprint. I made hot chai tea and let Corky outside.
Nice.
26, and Kim got 46 to 48%. And Ro listened to Little Bookshop of Murder and made dinner, veggie burgers, and a chopped salad kit.
Sounds good.
Came in late and just snuck in 2 pages. Hayden got to 86%. Meg says, I read about a page, was comparing prices on whether I should get the rest of my class series or not. Yeah.
Book shopping is fun.
Mm-hmm. And says, Mother said, I decided to pick up the recipe box by Viola Shipman. I loved his books.
His books are so good.
I don't know that person.
You would like them, Storm. They're women's fiction. And it's a gentleman writing them, but he writes under his grandmother's name.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Rose says the mime is a stalker. Yeah.
Well, they're very good at it because they're very quiet.
So I said they're quietly. Westry Book Gal says, I'm late arriving, reading A Lady's Guide to Fortune Huntington Night. It's so cute so far and easy read.
Nice.
Kat says to Sarah Beth, love The Stand. It was my first King. Read it back in 8th grade.
Wow.
And see, Kat, I liked it like back then, but then I reread it and I didn't like it.
As an adult, yeah.
Because as a teen, it was like one of my favorites. And then, yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah, not so much now. So, Book of the Month has great.
I was so happy.
That's awesome.
2%. Saying hi. Walked, stretched, and took my shower. Now I can read.
Good for you, Kat. That's awesome.
Nadine says, I'm in the minority because I like the Soprano ending. I liked it because I got to decide what happened to that family. Choose your own ending. Oh, okay.
I yeah, I get what you're saying. I get that part of it, but I think that the writers just didn't want to pick because they were too scared to like upset one camp or the other. And that feels like
it was a cop out.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're saying. I just
don't agree with you.
I just don't like that. Like you like pick it, like make a decision and then stand by it. If people don't like it, they don't like it. But like this whole like,
yeah, that's kind of like with When Calls the Heart. Like I used to love watching that show, and then they had the stupid love triangle that they had to do, and then they picked one. And now it looks like they're going, and they said they would never change their mind. And now it looks like they're going to be switching it to the other one. And like, I got mad because they didn't pick the one I wanted, so I quit watching it. And now they're going back to the one and I'm like, really?
Well, don't get me started on the ending for How I Met Your Mother. That literally absolutely ruined.
I didn't like the ending either, but Kevin did.
Television for me, and I refused to watch sitcoms anymore. I invested
sitcoms.
From day one of that show. I invested, and that was crap.
Perfect ending.
It was horrible.
It was horrific.
Perfect ending.
I don't think I've watched sitcoms since the 90s.
Oh my gosh, I love sitcoms.
No, I don't.
I rewatch old ones. I do not watch new ones.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of new ones, but like Frasier. I mean, I love sitcoms.
Oh, Frasier, the Golden Girls.
I mean, I like all those. I like sitcoms, but I don't know if I watch any new ones. No. Ghosts. I like Ghosts.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Cajun says, do not get me wound up about mimes again. My side still hurts from last night.
Of course, the entire series is one big, long-winded story. Perfect.
Y'all can just agree to disagree.
I'm shaking my head at Kevin. I didn't even hear the comment. He was still talking about How I Met Your Mother, and I'm just like, nope.
Well, that's why I said you guys can just agree to disagree.
That's right.
Believe me. I'm just kidding.
That's how you get married for how long, right?
Thank you. Exactly. We agree that I am right.
Exactly. Right, Kevin?
Yeah.
Since we have similar issues before Sarah, we live on the highway 131, and there's another highway, I-31 in town.
Oh,
And so there is the same house number on both, and we get packages from them, and they get ours.
mhm.
And it's like, oh, look, our neighbor got like this really cool package. Maybe if they don't realize we have it, we'll just keep it.
You know what? I don't want to think ill of people, but I have to wonder occasionally.
And so it says, Bookish Flights podcast interviewed Christian Hannah.
Oh,
If you're
ooh,
looking
thank
for
you.
a podcast. And then Christine said, we finished supper, egg Sammys, and did some sprint
Ooh.
hopping. She's the queen of sprint hopping. And Sony says, OMG, it's so funny. The two Mo folks here are like, man, we did watch Storm and send snow this way. You can have it all, but it melted. It's the kind of snow I like, where it like snowed and then the sun came out and it all melted.
We're supposed to get snow like tomorrow afternoon and then Thursday or something, so we shall see.
Yeah, but that is funny. You know, I mean, it was the Chiefs playing, and we're from Missouri, and neither one they didn't watch it. I was actually, if I was going to root for somebody, it would have been the 49ers. So
I didn't really watch it, but
Cat Lady reads a lot. Tabitha, well, hi. I don't think we met you before.
Welcome.
Hi. Says, hi, I just came across your reading sprint. I was going to ask if you guys are cool with a steamy MM romance, but since you're talking about going
You are our people. Welcome.
we are cool with reading whatever you want to read.
Whatever makes you happy.
Oh, Tabitha, I like you already.
Because she says most of the commercials during the game made my brain feel like it was bleeding. Come on. And Rose says, keep in mind 99% of the people call our hobby reading boring. Justify that we are all bored by the Super Bowl. Yeah. And Donna says, you have made my night better. Thank you all.
Oh, excellent. I'm so glad to hear that.
You are welcome.
I don't remember. I can't get the thumbs up to work.
You got to hold it still. And then
like
maybe
5
this
minutes.
doesn't like you.
There you go. Just keep doing
Tiffany, how
hard
can
things that work
you
the best.
have coffee at 8 p.m. and be in bed at 9? Is it decaf? If not, I'm jealous.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. I just
No, I
fell
can drink
asleep.
coffee
What's wrong
before
with my
bed too.
What's wrong? It stopped responding.
It's probably like,
overused
stop it. You've done it enough now.
No, I
Yeah.
haven't. I wanted to give Mom a heart. Okay, well.
And Michelle says, thank you all for your support. And it is Wilkie Collins.
There you go, Tiffany. Yay!
Read through some of these. Donna says to Michelle, subscribe to you. Can't wait to watch your video.
Excellent.
Awesome. I
Good
love
night,
it.
Pat. Says going to tell you all night. It's been at the clinic most of the day for blood work
Oh.
and chest x-ray. So take care. Happy reading.
I hope you get some
Have a good
sleep.
night,
Bye,
Pat.
Pat. Thanks for all the support.
Angela says, Storm, I agree with Wayne calls the heart. Stick with the pick. Don't go backwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they do that because enough people don't like what their choices are, so they have to backpedal. It's like, just stick to
Well,
it.
and the thing is like I used to follow the Twitter and Hardee's, and I would watch. You would tweet, you do all that while you're watching it, and you got all the Hardee's, and they're doing all this stuff. And there was so many more people were hashtag the one guy than the other. So you thought, oh, it's gonna go, and then they choke, and it's like, really? And then you made people mad, and so they quit watching, and so now you're like, oh, well, maybe we should.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you've already lost me. I've missed a whole season.
And I don't care anymore.
I'm not subscribing to Hallmark now so that I can catch up. And so
Yep.
I just haven't watched it.
Good for
And
you.
it was like one of my favorite shows. Thank you. And Frasier and King of Queens are my comfort shows, or pretty much all day in the background. See, that's like me with like Murder, She Wrote. That's all in the background all the time.
I've started rewatching through Law and Order: Criminal Intent because that's my idea of comfort TV.
Angela says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Fall of Bradley Reed. And with that, we probably should like read.
Should we?
Do
We
we
So-
know why we're here.
But Mom,
Here, Kevin agrees that Sarah is right.
No, he doesn't like. He likes the ending. I agree
No.
with Sarah that the ending was bad.
very
He
bad.
thinks the ending was good.
Very bad. Very, very bad.
Yeah, no. Sarah and I are on the same team. Kevy is wrong.
It should have ended. It should have ended 2 seasons earlier.
Kevy is
And Amy says, in the marriage, the woman is always right. As the saying goes, happy life is happy wife.
Did you hear that? No, hold on, Storm. I wanted to repeat that. She said, in a marriage. No, I'm kidding. He's like,
the woman is always right. Do we need to put that on a shirt for dinner?
Garrett and I were joking around in the kitchen, and he had been chopping vegetables for dinner, and he had the really big knife out, right? So I kind of put my hand on it, and I looked at him, and he puts his hand over mine. He goes, "That's called murder." I said, "It's also called justifiable." Don't piss me off.
Okay, so we should probably read at least a little bit. So
Sure, why not?
And so we'll read to the top of the hour. So happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading,
happy
everybody.
reading.
So how did everybody do?
I did good. I'm on chapter 11 of the third book in the Brutal Birthright series. And then I read a little bit from Looking for Mr. Goodwitch. And I think I'm on chapter like 7 on that one.
Excellent. I read a couple chapters in my Babysitter's Club book because that's what I felt like doing.
Which one are you on?
I'm back to book 3, but I'm working I was gonna try and do the Sweet Valiants, but I'm like, I'm just gonna focus on the Babysitter's Club and try and get like 4 of these read every month. So that's my goal. Bless you.
Oh, I lost my place. I was looking.
How did you do?
I'm on page 124 of I think 191, so getting closer.
Yeah, you're getting close.
And I must be liking it fine because I want to just read this one instead of my other ones. So I'm like, we get to that point where it's like, okay, now I got to figure out what's going to happen. So it's different.
Excuse me.
I think this is where we were. Anita says we're getting it tonight through noon tomorrow in southern New Jersey. I think she's meaning the snow.
Yeah, probably. Ugh.
Hi, Liz. I just joined.
Hi, Liz.
Donna. And Rose says that your thumbs up needs to be further apart.
Further apart?
Yeah, that's...
All right, hold on.
I
feel like you're like way to the side.
I feel like your computer's off center. Like there you go.
And I love Cajun. She's like, so I take it corn doesn't mean the vegetable. And then Michelle says, y'all are cracking me up. Love it.
Oh, Michelle, thank you.
And Donna says, I hope your night gets better too. Christina said that to Donna. And Rose says, I'm watching the current show Traitors on Peacock, and I'm outraged that I have to wait for a new episode every week.
I know.
This is why I watch reruns. Like, how did we do that? Yeah.
Right? How did we? I know Netflix really made us have no patience in life.
Yeah, it did.
Well, one of my favorite shows is John Oliver's, the Last Week Tonight. And I do watch them I watch them on Monday because they come out on Sunday. And he's on hiatus right now. My brother and I are like, he's coming back this week, right? I said, I feel like we're kids again in high school going, The Simpsons are back this weekend, right?
Hi, Mama M says hello. I'm ready to read, and great seeing everyone.
You
and
too.
Book Gal says, watch the Super Bowl until I saw the Clydesdale commercial. I had to see the big horses and dogs.
Completely understandable.
Cute too.
And then Sonia says to Cajun, first eggplant, now corn. I can't keep up with all the vegetables. And then Annie says, the husband's on King and Queen and everybody loves Raymond. Make my husband look like a saint. Not so with some romance novels, though, which I think of as fantasy.
Yeah.
And Fusry says, best laugh of the game was after Kelsey Taylor's bowl got in the face of his coach. How fast memes were flying, like, oh boy, I feel a future hit song coming on. Yeah, that they spit up. I've seen several of them today. They've pretty much spit them all out. And I've heard people talking about, how big the fine is that he's going to have to pay for yelling at his coach and getting in his face and all that kind of stuff. Cajun says to Sonia, wait, eggplants meant something else too? And wasn't there something about cinnamon rolls? And Sonia says,
way more clean than the eggplant.
And hi, Wearing Stones. And I can't remember what your name is. I know that PK has said it in her morning lives, but I can't remember. Says, hi, I'm at the end of my 19th book in my Norwegian saga.
Wow, that's amazing.
And this is, I'm reading Bookshops and Bone Dust. Okay.
Nice.
And Christina says, that was one of the few that did not hurt my brain to the fuss free. Oh, and the Kia car commercial made me cry.
Yes, with the little girl figure skating.
And Christina said, just decided that I am too tired to keep trying to read this tonight. The mornings will be better for epic fantasies, so I'm going to curl up and watch some Bones with the kiddos before bed. That sounds great. And Christina says, and it's a pumpkin time for Tiffany. Thanks for the sprints. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
It is already starting 5 after 9. Probably because I went to bed. I mean, no joke, at like 11:15 last night. I was
going to say, because you had to stay up late because of the overtime. So
yeah, I'm not kidding. I was irritated. I was like, we went through the whole game and nothing happened. And now you're telling me I have to stay longer. I can't go to bed.
It's like the only, like, I went to a minor league baseball game when I was I don't know, teens, early 20s, somewhere around there with a friend. And we watched it and nothing was happening. Like nobody was doing it. Nothing. And then it went to 12 innings.
Yeah, no, yeah, see.
And it was like, really? Oh. Cajun finished her book, so yay.
Nice, Cajun.
And Rose says, super close to a DNFing a little bookshop of murder. The main character is a book snob, and the parrot yelling out a bookstore. Oh, that's not nice. 3 times, and it's putting me on edge.
It would me too.
Wow. Okay.
And Rose says, I'm curious if the main character has growth, but the fact that she hates her mom's beach read store and all the books except the classics makes me want to quit.
That's the reason I never continued. She doesn't, I don't think she gets any better because I did not, I don't remember the parrot, but the main character was horrible. She was like a literature professor. So the fact that her mom owned this little bookstore on the beach that,
Doesn't sound very fun.
It had so much promise, but I just don't, yeah.
Meg says, I read some of the Ladies of the Secret Circus.
Excellent.
And Mama M listened to 2 chapters of Hand on the Wall.
Thank you.
Ooh, love traders. She says a new show starts last night after the game Tracker. It was not bad, but it reminded me of why I don't watch live TV anymore.
It had the guy from This Is Us in it. Oh, okay.
Bookshar says, the article I read today made it sound like the coach was standing up for Kelsey. He said something like, oh, he just caught me off balance. Whatever. He didn't look like that's the way it looked like when I saw the video.
No. He looked a little angry.
And Kate said, I met the Clydesdales when I was young. They are massive but very sweet.
I love that.
Clydesdales are so pretty. They're like my favorite horse.
They are.
And Warring Stone says, it's Annalise. That's it. Yes. Annalise.
Yay.
Hi, Annalise says, and I need to find a new book with 9 in it since so nice to be here. Yeah. I get a 9 for the March Mystery Madness.
That'll be easy. The one I can't find is the quilt.
Oh,
category romance. I am not going to be able to find something. And everybody's like, check the love inspired suspense. I went through every bloody love and can I find one quilt? These are bad Amish because
I was going to say you would think since it's Amish there would be a quilt hanging somewhere.
I mean, I was blowing covers up to see like, is that one in the back?
I don't know if their category these specific ones, but Debbie Maycomber has a series that has quilts on each book.
I don't know
if it's category. What?
I still have time, but you know.
Yeah, but I don't know if
Yeah,
they're
that's like the
categorized.
one for me that I'm like, I don't know, because I mean, even if it's a cozy mystery, like I feel like it's gonna be. I don't want to do a quilting cozy. I'm not in the mood, so I'm like, I don't know.
I know. But I do love the prompts, though. I have to say they're
I
fantastic.
do too. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I like that. I think Kat Reads. I think that's what her name is or whatever. She's like, so you know me, I have 9 books with cats on them.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Appropriate.
She's like, I think I'm just gonna read all cats. I was like, shocking. I love that.
Shocking,
No,
yeah.
I love that. She, yeah. I mean, I think she
Because
does.
I see she made a comment on
like 90% of the
to Sarah when you were talking about the canine dogs or whatever. Like, there's always dogs on category. She's like, is there ever any cats?
No, because cats don't give a crap. Cats are like, I'm sorry, you're falling off the ledge. Did you feed me first?
So see, that's what somebody needs to come up with, a cat sanctuary or something, like
Yes.
romance one or something.
Well, no, to be fair, there's the Fair Familiar series, which is a intrigue series about a feline, a black cat that's a familiar, like a witch's familiar. So they're a little supernaturally.
I think I've seen,
but they're really they're older.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I may have some. I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar. So
that's probably, now that I've said that out loud, that's probably what I'm.
Is there like a black cat walking on the top? Yeah, I've got.
Yeah. So that's what I think I'm going to read for my cat prompt.
Oh, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And Kim says, watch absolutely nothing new on TV. DVD are all my favorite old shows.
I know. I'm pretty sure my streaming services are like, are you sure that
You want to watch this
again? I'm like, whoa,
again.
mind your business. Slow you roll.
So that one she
does.
was reading says it calls romance trash.
Oh no, I will not be reading any of that anymore.
That one's out.
Yep.
That's a strike.
Strike.
Cajun, it makes you wonder if that is how the author actually thinks about them. Yeah,
I think that's one. I read it
honest.
a while ago, and I think in my I think I actually wrote out a review, and I think I said something like it made me wonder about the author even like writing something like that is almost a judgment in itself. I just didn't like it. I was.
And then Rose says, okay, DNF then. And sad because book 3 just came out and love the cover and the premise.
Yeah.
Courtney says, I plan to watch Tracker only because of Justin Hart.
Is that the guy from This Is Us?
Maybe.
He's cute.
And Rose says, yep. And I think Maggie Blackburn is the pen name. Need to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Says, I'm making a cat on the cover and quilt on the cover cozy mystery recommendation video.
Oh, wonderful.
And Anita says there's a quilt cozy mystery series by Mary Marks. And Cajun says that March Mystery Madness has some very specific prompts this year.
Yep.
But
it's Elizabeth and her alliterations.
All of them, every single one except for the quilt, I can get as a category romance. Every single one. I already have the books.
I was going, I remember that like Janelle used to do a recommendation video for each one.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I'm going to try to do.
I love that, Storm.
So it's really hard with the people on the cover one, the fancy people, because I'm like, I don't want to make them all historical mysteries. So I'm like looking.
Romantics, like for me, those are the romantic suspense because I often get the guys in suits and the girls in these.
I'll need to look for, because I'm like, I need to add more than just, I wanted a variety for like my recommendations. And so, but yeah, because I'm like, some of the ones I think will be easier, but the quilt one, again, I think will be a hard one to find.
Yeah. Elizabeth will have that one knocked out of the ballpark. So that was pretty much Elizabeth put that in for herself. Let's all be realistic here.
She did.
I have a recommendations video that I've like started making notes on too. Just
Oh,
I'm sure
good.
everybody's doing it. And I think for the because and mostly I'm doing cozy mystery, obviously.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And for the Dress to the Nines, I have a couple wedding cozy mystery series that have like a
That's
wedding dress
great.
on the cover,
Oh, yeah.
you know, something like that. So because it's harder unless it's historical, you're right,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I'm like, do the crime noirs. Well, I found like I think it's the Thin Man. It might have been by Dashiell Hammett. Had a guy like you could barely see him with a suit on or something. Like it was a split, and like the lady, but you couldn't really see what the lady was wearing. You just see a cigarette, but you could see. So I'm like, he looks like he's got a suit on. It counts. And Sonia says, my poppy used to work with Clydesdales at a
Oh,
bush.
cool.
I saw one. I sat on one. It's like being on top of a mountain. I
That
bet.
is so cool.
Also, not following the March Mystery Madness bingo prompts, but working on 9 in my own way. Yeah,
That's
and that's why it's like there's a lot of different ways people can do that. They could read 9 books. They could, you know,
Absolutely.
take it however you want. Yeah,
absolutely.
And Kim says Erling Fowler has a quilt mystery series. And Cass has read 17 pages during his sprint. Yay! Excellent. And Rose says, I'm sharing 9 quilt series and 9 cat series. Hey, there you go.
Love it.
And Amy says, thank you for the sprints. Ladies, good night, everyone. Good night, Amy. And Rose says, I love a good cover search. We'll look for a category with quilt.
Wish you will.
Yeah. Now everybody's going to be looking. Trying to
Y'all are going to find them before me.
Gotta find one for Sarah. Gotta find one. Hi, Lee says, I know you guys are at the end, but just wanted to pop in and say hi. I found books for all the March Mystery Madness prompts. Super exciting.
Oh,
Well,
it's so
if you go.
Overachiever.
Yeah, I know. It's like, overachiever, Lee.
So the prompt is to find a book that has the word 9 in the title. Is that correct?
On the cover and the
On the
title,
title.
whatever, yeah. So I think the ones that are fine is to like look and see if you can find one that ends with like, 199 pages.
Well, you could do that, or if you didn't care about jumping around in the series, you could do the Jennifer, what's her name? Ivanovich.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
Stephanie
James
Fowler.
Patterson also has a 9.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Then
somebody, I don't know
Jennifer?
if it was Cajun or somebody's like, can we use the 19th book in a series instead of the 9th book? And I was like, it's like, yeah, it's got 9 in it, so it doesn't really matter. But it's like, there's not a whole lot of series that are like 19 or 29.
And I
Or
think a couple of the cat mysteries have like titles that are like 9 lives or something to do with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, British mysteries, I pretty much got that one in the bag.
Right?
Storms down.
It's like most of my historical mysteries are like British, so I got that one.
Of course.
And Jessica says, hello, everyone. I'm a bit late. I was having issues finding a book with a 9 on the cover or a title. I also went with a wedding theme, formal Tiffany.
That's a great idea.
And there's a lot of highs, Lee, back and forth. Everybody's saying hi. And Jessica says, hope everyone's doing well. I know we're at the end of sprints. I just wanted to say hi. And hi, Lee. Miss you. Yes, we all miss Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Rose says, or 9 could be like a group of 9 things, but it's.
Ooh! If you
but
choose
if
the K9
choose
Harlequin.
the K9 Harlequins, that's easy.
Oh, Ro, you rock. Got it. Thank you. Done. Because it's in the series title.
Yeah, well, that's why I said it. And she said like on the cover or in the title. So I figured, K9 is on the cover. So yeah.
Like I'm sure I could find a
Absolutely.
quilt if I looked at for some reason on the regular Love Inspired, but not the suspense. I should look. No, the historical is not going to work either because that's not. See, it's the mystery aspect of it. It's putting all those things together to get
Yeah.
it. You know.
Somebody taking the trash cans out.
It's like look through I don't know, some of your older regular Harlequins may have a mystery.
I'm gonna look.
aspect.
I'll see what I can find.
May have a mystery aspect.
This is my challenge now. This is
Yeah.
my Everest. I will.
You look on some of the like ones that are like winter themed, like Alaska books or something, because they might have like covers.
That's
in
what I
their-
thought too, and I'm just like,
Oh.
I literally was on the Harlequin website and
Hmm.
I looked through every single Love Inspired suspense.
Now
book.
I'm gonna be looking at all my covers, being like, "Is there a quilt? Is there a quilt?"
You know what? I'm gonna just for funsies. I'm gonna go through the intrigue and romantic suspense and watch. I'll find a bloody quilt on one of those.
And
Just
Kim says,
because.
reread book number 9.
There you go. That works.
And Kat says, I'm planning to participate in March Mystery Madness, but might just try for a bingo. I will also read an Agatha Christie. I'll also be reading for middle grade March. Yeah, I'm reading for middle grade March too. So that was I'm like, is there any fancy dressed middle graders? But I'm maybe what's her name?
Oh,
The
Aggie Morton.
Yeah, I was like, because they kind of dress kind of fancy. Because he
They
has a
do.
suit on, don't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I think what is her name? Myrtle.
Oh yes.
Cold-blooded Myrtle, like Myrtle
Yeah.
Hardcastle. I think she dresses on the covers kind of fancy.
Well, they tended to back in the day, right?
Yeah, because it's a Victorian mystery.
Oh, well,
Sure.
there you go. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's so I'm like trying to get like a variety of different things that I could be like, well, these all have fancy dressed people on them. It's not just historical mysteries that I love or anything. And some of the ones that I'm like saying you could read this, it's not like it's a recommendation so much as I've read them, but it's like here's some
Right.
covers that I
Well,
found.
you know what? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Have at it. Proceed at your own risk.
Yeah. You know, some of them I could put on there that I had read, but that a lot of them I was like, well, I haven't read this, but I want to. And look, it's kind of, you know. And then it's like my TBR keeps growing as I go. So
For
Night
sure.
in the title is my issue as well. Yeah, so if it's in like the subtitle or something like that, it works too.
Read November 9 by Colleen Hoover. It's a mystery as to why people like her as an author. Couldn't help myself.
Oh, yeah.
That is the hardest prompt. Yeah. And are there Amish mysteries? You might find a quilt. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, Lee. But all the Amish books, clearly they're lazy Amish because none of them quilt.
Yeah, on the actual mysteries, there might be some, but she's trying to find one for her category, and that's where she's coming up stumped.
Yeah. Oh, I should check. You know what? I know where I'm going to check.
And, you know, you don't have to black out the board.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I
Sonia
do.
says, good night, friends. May you have an amazing week. And Enola Holmes is fancy. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
And Anita said, Sonia, that is what I was thinking. And Fuss Free said, I saw a book for $2.99 on Kindle. No idea what it's about. Romantic looking. Say you'll be 9. Well, yeah. That's kind of the fun thing, too, is trying to find a book you've never heard of and see if you think you might want. Like, well, look, this has a 9 in it. Maybe I'll read it and see.
Right?
If it's also, if you read the James Patterson Women's Club, if you're up to number 9.
Yeah, because it always goes in order. Yeah. Or like you said, the Stephanie Plum.
Stephanie Plum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 9th in is my hardest one because you know I can't just jump out of order and read number 9.
Yeah, Storm would break into a cold sweat if we tried to do that.
Elizabeth is trying to get me
one.
to not read number 2 on the Laura's Ingalls Little House things and read number 3 because they were going to do Farm Boy next year as like their group read, and that I really should read the third one because she thought that the third one was the second one and like how she's read them. But on Goodreads, it has it as the third one. And I said, I don't know if my brain can wrap around that because Goodreads says the Farm Boy's number 2. But she's trying to get me to read it.
I can't do it.
Meg says for formal dress, could also possibly go with animal on the cover that's wearing a bow tie or sweater. There you go.
You know what? So that one by Julianne
I like
Lindsay.
it. But the Cat Boutique, I mean, they do
Make
or
it
Cat
stretch
Boutique.
however you want. And Kat says, thanks much for this French lady. Enjoyed hanging out. Have an awesome week, everyone. Good night. Yes.
I think Lee found you a book.
I'm looking.
And their Forbidden Amish match is A Love Inspired by Lucy Bayer.
Unfortunately, it's not a mystery, Lee.
Oh, it's just the regular Love Inspired, ain't it?
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. Yes.
But thank you.
And Rose says there's no series that you're on book number 9. I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm sure there could be. But, I was thinking, man, I wish now it's kind of like I wish I wouldn't have jumped on and already read The Sign of Four Spirits by Vicki Delaney because that was book number 9. But I've already read it. So it's like, man.
Are you close to 18? You could say it's double 9.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and even on like my series that I've read the most of, the Gaslight, I am past the 9. So it's like, I can't do that one either. Rose says for a 9 on the cover, let's say there are flowers. If there are at least 9 flowers or something on the cover, it counts. Yeah, there you go. Like 9
I like
on
that.
the cover. It's a good way to. So I said, there's a lot of ways to interpret it if you just let your mind go there, but sometimes you just don't go there.
I'm so tempted to just be like, all right, there's a barn in the background. There's got to be a quilt inside the barn. You just can't see it.
And you never know though, but you could be reading one of them and maybe they mention a quilt.
Oh, they will, guaranteed. Yes. If not,
and then you could be like, there is a quilt on the inside. It counts.
Yeah. I'll just draw it on the cover.
And Kim said, that's why I said reread number 9. I need to read in order. I didn't used to be like that yet. And Annie says, since Gothic romance are always a mystery, I made carryovers for March Mystery Rant. Yeah, that's why it's like that's what I was saying about like some of these older ones. Sometimes there's a mysteries in them, like the Gothic ones have mystery. So I'm like, they're not technically a mystery, but they make it work because there's still mystery in them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, since that and
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
There's a kilt
Heart of the Amish, is that a Harlequin?
I'm sorry?
Heart of the Amish, is that a category?
I have no idea.
Okay, never mind.
The problem with it is it has to be like intrigue or romantic suspense.
This one says the quilt room secret. There's no quilt on the cover, but there's quilt in the title, and secret implies a mystery.
There you go.
I don't think it's a category.
It's
says
not
on the cover. Huh?
It's not. I just looked it up.
Boo.
I don't think that a kilt counts as a quilt.
Oh, I got it. I got one.
Uh-oh.
I think so. The quilter's scandalous past. Scandalous past inquires a mystery. There's a quilt on the cover and in the title.
But is it
Love
category?
inspired.
Love inspired?
It is, but it's a love inspired. It's just a regular love inspired.
What does that mean?
It's not a mystery.
Scandalous past for Amish people implies a big mystery.
Do you know what, Tiffany? I'm so tempted to use it too.
I'll tell you what. Put that one to the side, and if you can't find
That's
one,
a maybe.
then you can say, okay, well, I gave up. I can't find it here.
In all reality, thank you, Tiffany, because that might just be the one.
I'm saying scandalous past.
Because I'm like, you could read like what it's about, and if it sounds kind of
well, it's something about her fleeing or something like that, so it does sound rather scandalous. I'm intrigued.
You could make that one not category.
you could just hush your face because that's not happening.
and read Kate Burkholder.
Oh,
Maybe
but
there's
see,
a
the problem is that right next or the next month is Amish in April.
Oh, yeah. But see, then any of those can be whatever segment.
Books with quilts on the cover.
Yeah. Meg says, how about Threads of Deceit, book 1 in the Vineyard Quilt Mystery series by May Fox and Jan Fields? Well, that's just a mystery, I think, probably not a. And Kim says, I agree with Tiffany. Scandalous is definitely a mystery.
I concur.
And there is a quest to locate quilt category mystery. Good luck, ladies.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
But now we are determined, so like everybody's going to be.
You know when I'm going to find it? You know when I'm going to find it? March 31st.
Yeah, I was going to say in April, whenever you're looking for
the category.
I'll have it for Amish in April.
Okay, so we are at the end of the comments, and I'm sure everybody is ready to go to bed. At least you two. Because it's later for you
ready. And I just want to say one more thing. It's a stretch, but go with me. So Julianne Lindsay might have a series, cozy series, where there's a quilt on the cover and it's a mystery, and she writes for category suspense. So you see where I'm going.
No, you know what? The first thing I thought of is because that's like it's like category adjacent because it's a category author. So that's why I was looking at Marta Perry, who does that. But I'll look at Julianne stuff.
Yeah. You're gonna find it. I have confidence.
I'll find it.
And while I'm trying to find things with a quilt on it, maybe I'll run across something.
We'll keep each other updated, Storm.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh. You know, except for having everything listed as Amish, you know, or something.
You know?
Or cozy mystery or whatever. So, yeah. And Anita says, have a good night, ladies, and thanks for putting a smile on my face. You're very welcome. And that sounds like a good thing to sign off on. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us, as corny as we are. And everything. And we shall see you. We do have a Sunday one this go around, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the pink on the cover, right, for the scavenger hunt.
Oh, okay.
And if you are free Thursday at 6, I am interviewing Jennifer J. Chow. I'm so excited.
Thursday. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Okay. So. Good night, ladies.
All right. Bye, Storm. Bye, Sarah. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Storm. You wave for bad boo boo.